Good evening, friends. I'm Sue Ann Delp. Today is Sunday, December 20th, 2020, and this is my daily report and card pull. Thank you for joining me. So, it's been a beautiful day in the neighborhood. That part which I didn't sleep through. I slept pretty late today. Always trying to catch up. I actually woke up early and couldn't go right back to sleep, and then after a couple 3 hours I was ready to go to sleep again. So it's just crazy. I guess I'm gonna have to start taking these pills again. I only took 2 when I started them the last time. I didn't really give them a fair chance because, like I've mentioned before, the biggest part of my problem is discipline or lack thereof. So, alright, you got some shirt. Meowie Christmas. Yeah. With a big fluffy cat and a Santa hat. Oh, so cute. So cute. So, yeah, I did lots of chores today. Mopping and sweeping. Hauling stuff to the trash can. Sorting through boxes of junk. Trying to decide what to get rid of, what to keep. You know. Things I've been doing my whole life. Played with my kitty cats. So let's pull a card. What you think? What should be number 3? I didn't look. I didn't plan it. It's number 6. Hathor. Hathor, you say? Good book. The Way of Cartouche. See what we can learn about Hathor. Oh! A mirror, goddess of beauty, love, and strength, patroness of women. The sky hymn, or power, nature is fixed. Fortitude, nourishment, femininity, astrology, organization, confidence. Upright meanings of this card. The Hathor card at this level signifies the spiritual strength to be gained by making contact with the God force within us. Esoteric astrology is also covered by its spiritual influence, as is the necessity to come to terms with our own anima or animus before we may ascend to the spiritual heights. Hathor's energies encompass the kind of organization at which certain women, cards are still falling out, at which certain women are very good. Hathor type women have always been around. Strong-minded rulers, organizers of groups and causes, career women and hostesses who regularly appear in the role of the supportive wife or partner who is said to be behind every successful man. And yet the feminine principle is often at its most potent in the Hathor form. Hathor women are easy to recognize. They are usually positive, well-organized, and well-groomed. They may or may not be your personal cup of tea, but they certainly are essential to the world. Wherever this card comes up in a reading, just such a woman is being described. When Hathor appears in a man's reading, the implication is either of strength of mind, confidence, or some skill often associated with women. With Hathor in the 10th house, for example, the inquiring male could do well as a chef, hairdresser, or dress designer. The material, mundane, or conscious level. Creature comforts, good cooking, all forms of nourishment, fine clothes, jewelry, and adornment come under Hathor. Food is certainly a Hathor specialty, as are all those areas of life specifically designated women's realms. Hathor in the fourth house speaks of a thoroughly domesticated woman who keeps the family's stomachs well filled, or it might suggest an occupation that could be carried out within the home, such as dressmaker or hairdresser, or the burrito. Say hi, burrito. Where was I? Hathor in the fifth house isn't particularly child-oriented, and when she appears there in a woman's reading, the advice would be to pursue something of a more personal, creative nature that would either balance out any overbearing family aspects or organize existing talents along more profitable and practical lines. In the second house, this card would indicate monies made through women's interests or affairs. And a third house Hathor would certainly augur well for anyone wishing to write for women's magazines. If Hathor appears in the 11th house in your girlfriend's reading, and she tells you she will be content with a home and family, don't believe her. Once the maternal urge has been satisfied, she'll be seeking new outlets for her creative or organizing talents. Don't believe her. The bitch be lying. For meditation, the Hathor card with its magical mirror is the one to meditate on when you find that the practical day-to-day things of life are getting you down. The woman who can't think what to get for the next meal, how to fix her hair, or which dress to buy would benefit from a few moments contemplating on Hathor. The energies of this symbol can help to convert spiritual strength to a practical level, making it available for use by the ordinary person who hasn't time for more esoteric pursuits, but still wishes to keep in contact with the higher self and live life to the best of his or her ability. The Hathor card also has astrological connotations since Hathor was designated patroness of that art. So aspiring astrologers and those who think they already know a lot about the subject could gain inspiration from this card. Let's read about the legend. Hathor, or Athor, as the Egyptians called her, was the burrito was the daughter of Ra and carrier of his divine eye. Hathor was a dual-aspected goddess. As the gentle celestial cow, she was said to nourish the gods, protect women, patronize the art of astrology, and confer the creature comforts of life. As the Lady of the Sycamore, she was considered to be the Egyptian Aphrodite, in which role she presided over all aspects of women's beauty, such as makeup, adornment, jewelry, and clothing. But according to some authorities, Hathor has another side, Sekhmet, the lioness-headed goddess. The story goes that the old god Ra reigned peacefully over all creation before the other gods were born. While he was still young and strong, all paid obeisance to him. But as age slowly descended upon him, a group of dissenters moved to take advantage of his waning strength. We are not told who these beings were or whence they hailed. However, the inference drawn is that they were not necessarily connected with this earth as we know it, but were more like players in some grand cosmological drama. Ra was so enraged at this uprising that he hurled his divine eye, a symbol of great power, at the revolutionaries in the form of his daughter, the goddess Sekhmet, who went among the evil ones dispensing havoc and bloodshed until Ra finally called her off, fearing that she might overdo things and polish off his handiwork completely. The ingratitude of the beings he had created gave Ra a distaste for the world, so he withdrew to heaven, at which time our present earth was created. The Ra legend evokes many interesting theories, but for the purpose of Cartouche, we must leave the old god at this point and return to his daughter Hathor, or Sekhmet, Hathor does not appear in the Osiris story until later in the proceedings after Horus has conquered Set. Then she becomes Horus's wife, and they live happily ever after, but it's not clear whether it was as Hathor or as Sekhmet that she assumes the nuptial role, since Sekhmet was also revered in ancient Egypt as the wife of Ptah, or Ptah, Ta, and mother of the healing deity, Imhotep. Imhotep, and Imhotep. Imhotep. The three together forming the famous Memphis Triad. See card 8. The confusion between the Sekhmet, Bast, Hathor deities has already been discussed from a historical viewpoint, which leaves the occultists to sort it all out at the practical level. That card sounded familiar. Sounded like it was similar to another card. Unless I'm just getting confused, or maybe I read this part of the book before and just don't remember. So, anyway, that's our card for today. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that. And I hope you will join me again tomorrow night. And we'll pull another card. And we'll talk about Yule and the Yule star. Some are calling it the Star of Bethlehem. Some are calling it the Christmas star. But tomorrow will be Yule. And so I'm calling it the Yule star. So join me tomorrow. Till then, have a good evening and a pleasant tomorrow. Good night.